everybody, welcome back to Marie's Kitchen. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're making my favorite chocolate chip cookies. They're big bakery style cookies with nice crispy edges. They're tender in the center. They're delicious, not too sweet. They're not greasy, and they turn out great every time. I can't wait to share them with you. Let's get started. First step, let's mix up our dry ingredients. And I have to tell you, the more I bake, the more I love using a kitchen scale. It's just so much easier to measure out ingredients and know that I'm getting the right amount. So I am gonna put the grams measurements for all of these. This is 3 cups flour, and that measures out to 420 grams of all-purpose flour. So we have that measured out here. To that, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Next is about 3/4 teaspoon salt. Then my secret ingredient is 1 tablespoon cornstarch. If you haven't used cornstarch in cookies, I highly recommend it. It helps them keep their shape so they stay rounder and more even. It helps give a little more puff. It also can help keep the cookies really tender. And you know, it adds a little something without adding just more flour, without making them really dense and floury. You can use 1 tablespoon cornstarch. Now we'll give these a mix, and then we can set this aside. There's Gracie girl, if you can hear her. Our African gray parrot is hollering at me. Okay, on to the wet ingredients. So I am going to use my KitchenAid stand mixer because that's just easier for me, but feel free to use handheld beaters. That works just as well. We'll start with 1 cup or 226 grams of unsalted butter, or you can use salted and just leave out the salt. The butter is about room temperature. I got it out as I was setting up and cleaning up the kitchen, so it'll mix pretty easily. But just in case, I like to give it a quick mix before we add the sugar. Because if you don't, if the butter's a little too cold and you add the sugar goes flying everywhere. Trust me, I did that yesterday. Okay, that looks good. Just a little mix so it's not, you know, in those firm sticks. Now we have our 1 cup of packed light brown sugar. Now this is not packed because I did measure it with the scale, but it comes out to 215 grams. Next is 1/2 cup or 100 grams of white sugar. Now we'll cream the butter and sugar for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'm gonna scrape down the sides just to be sure everything is getting nicely mixed. That's about 3 minutes. We're gonna set this aside over here. And I am going to crack 2 eggs into a bowl, just to be sure we don't get any shells into this big bowl. It'll be easier to fish them out here. So just give this a quick crack. Now we can add our 2 eggs to our butter and sugar mixture. And then we'll add 1 teaspoon vanilla. And then we'll give that a mix. I'm also going to scrape down the sides again to make sure everything gets mixed evenly. So these cookies we're actually making for a food truck in Austin called Mobile Loaves and Fishes, and they feed the homeless. So they have a truck, they make sandwiches, hard-boiled eggs, they take those around and feed the homeless, and they also give out a bag of homemade cookies. And so I have committed to baking for the homeless every week, and it's a big commitment, but I just feel like it's really, really special for somebody to get a homemade cookie. So that's why we're doing it. My kids are helping out. My kids' friends have been helping out. It's been really wonderful for our community to kind of come together and bake these cookies for people who don't have a home right now and don't have any homemade cookies or homemade food. So hopefully I'll be doing a new cookie every few weeks that we'll be testing out and sharing with our friends. And I'm just excited for y'all to cook along with me and maybe cook for somebody in your own town, in your own neighborhood, a neighbor, or maybe there's a food truck that you can contribute to. And just for watching this show, you are helping me do this because your views are helping with supplies and time. And so I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Be sure to watch it through to the end. Maybe turn it on and watch it again, and that'll help buy the baking supplies that we're using to feed the homeless here in Austin, Texas. All right, looks nice and smooth. Now we'll add our dry ingredients to our wet. Mixes in a little easier if you do a little at a time. We'll add some more. We'll give this a mix. Now we're gonna add 1 cup of dark chocolate chips and 1 cup of white chocolate chips. Of course, you can mix this up. You can do all dark chocolate. You can do dark chocolate and then 1 cup nuts. Walnuts, pecans would all be lovely. You can do the white chocolate with the macadamia. That sounds delicious. So here's 1 cup of the nice big dark chocolate chips. I love those. Now the white chocolate, this is sweet, but it's good, trust me. The kids love them. Now, if you bake at all, you know that chocolate chips and really all the baking supplies are not exactly cheap. So again, I really do appreciate your support. And if you'd like to give a whatever they're called, a super thanks and contribute, that would be amazing. I can also put my Venmo below if you'd like to contribute directly. But even just watching this video is helpful. So thank you so much. You are helping. Just fold that in. Couple quick mixes, and this chocolate chip cookie dough is ready to go. Look at that, looks great. Now, we're gonna just shove this down into the bowl. Scrape down the bowl here. All right, there's our dough. Now I'm gonna put a plastic wrap over this and throw this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes or an hour if you have time. I know it's kind of a pain to chill cookie dough, but it really does help in the final product. It reduces spread, so really helpful if you have time for it. Now we'll throw some plastic on top and put this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to an hour while I clean up and get ready to bake. All right, people, let's bake some cookies. I've got my baking sheet here with my parchment on top, and then we've got our cookie dough. I'm gonna scoop some out. I have a 1.5 tablespoon cookie scoop. I can put a link in the description box if you'd like to get one. They're extremely helpful for getting cookies that are, evenly sized. So we'll just scoop out. Now, sometimes it'll get a little stuck in there, and I can show you a trick for that. So it's getting a little stuck. If your cookies are getting a little stuck in your cookie scoop, you can just dip it in some warm water, give it a little rinse like that, and try again. It came out a lot more easily. Are there any cookie recipes that you would like to see? I'm gonna be trying out a bunch of new cookie recipes so we get some variation in what we're providing to the food truck. So if there's one you'd like to see, let me know. I have a great oatmeal raisin cookie that I recently posted that's been getting a lot of great feedback. So I do have that one. Now we have a chocolate chip that's I love and I'm really happy with. But if there's another flavor, I am gonna work on a peanut butter cookie. So let me know if there's anything else that you would like to see. I always love to get y'all's requests. Okay, now these go in the oven. We're gonna bake them at 350 degrees for about 12 to 14 minutes. And if you have some hot spots in your oven, give that tray a rotate about halfway through. And I am baking these in the oven on about the middle rack. Now here is a little batch I always do a little test batch just to make sure everything's looking good. And they look amazing. Look how great these cookies look. They're so nice. They've got a great shape, tons of chocolate chips, nice and puffy. Oh, they just look great. So we'll set these aside and add our next ones, and then we'll get to try one. I can't wait. Let's do another round here. Now I am gonna wait. This cookie sheet is still warm. You wanna let that fully cool before you put your cookies on it. If you put it on too soon, it can warm up the cookie dough and cause it to spread too much. So be sure to let your cookie sheets cool before baking your next round. Now for a make ahead tip for these, I know a lot of you like to make and freeze. This is a great cookie to make ahead and freeze. I actually have a bunch in my freezer, I'll show you. So basically you just freeze the cookies on a baking sheet and throw that in your freezer, freeze until solid about 1 to 2 hours. Then you can move those cookie scoops to a Ziploc bag. And then whenever you wanna pop out a cookie and bake one up or some for friends, it's very, very easy and they're gonna be delicious. So I keep these in the freezer. All right, we've got another batch ready to go in the oven in just a minute. And then I've got a bunch here that I might freeze and then bake a little bit later. If you do freeze them, bake from frozen, don't thaw, and then just add about 2 to 3 minutes to the bake time. All right, I think this batch is almost ready and we'll throw these in. This looks great. They're just golden and we are going to let them sit on the cookie sheet for about 5 minutes and they'll continue to cook there. Wow, they look so good. I can't wait to break one open. Now, y'all have probably seen this trick, but I'll show you. If you have a cookie that's a little lopsided and you want it a little more round in shape, you can take a glass like this, put it on the outside of the cookie, and then give it just a soft little kind of go around like this, and see how that rounds out your cookie real nicely. You certainly don't need to do that because these cookies are already in a really nice round shape, but if you want to, you can. We ready to take a look? Let's see, we've got this nice cookie. Looks so good. See how that looks inside. Oh, it's so tender. Yum. Gonna have a try. Oh my gosh. I love this cookie. Not too sweet, really tender, nice crispy edges, but soft in the center. I love it and I can't wait for you to try it. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. It means so much to my channel and I really appreciate your support. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more videos, plus the bell button for notifications. It'll pop up whenever I have a new video out. And finally, if you can find the hype button along that like bar, hit the hype button. That also can really help my channel. Thank you for watching. As I said, it really does support what I'm doing here for the homeless in Austin, Texas. And if you'd like to more directly contribute, you can send directly to my Venmo or send a super thanks. That would really help. As you know, baking supplies are not cheap and we're doing this every week. So thank you for your support. For this recipe and more, check the description box below. You can also head over to my website, mariesaba.com. There you can find this recipe and all my recipes. Print them out if you like and put them in a notebook and make your very own Marie's Kitchen cookbook for free. My goal is to give you some really easy recipes that turn out great every time so you can build some confidence in the kitchen and feel really inspired to share good food with people that you love. From my kitchen to yours. Thank you.